Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Tax the tax, build the homes, fix the budget, and stop the crime. Meanwhile, this Prime Minister has doubled housing costs since he promised to bring them down. A National Bank report out Thursday revealed that in Victoria and Toronto, it now takes an astonishing 25 years for the average family to save for a down payment. And in Vancouver, it's 29 years. This after he's created $80 billion of new housing spending that has been vaporized by bureaucracy. So will he finally follow our common sense plan to cut the bureaucracy and build the homes?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Speaker, we just announced 2 more housing accelerator agreements today in Whitehorse and Saskatoon, adding to the dozens of agreements we've signed across the country to fast-track the construction of housing with over 600,000 homes. Now, the Conservative Party plan, which he's talking about, is to insult mayors and cut critical infrastructure funding, and it won't get any more homes built. Cities understand that we need to change the rules to get more homes built faster, and indeed, the only one gatekeeping this progress is the Conservative leader himself.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
He pretends he hasn't been in government for the last 8 years. He acts like this is his first day on the job, Mr. Speaker. In fact, that he has to read off notes would suggest it is his first day on the job. But the reality is that housing costs have doubled since he promised to lower them. Yes, he's created massive programs with wonderful new agreements and beautiful photo ops where politicians pat each other on the back and smile while they cut ribbons. The problem is that after 8 years, nothing is getting built. Why won't the Prime Minister get out of the way, cut the bureaucracy, so we can build the homes?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Speaker, 19 years as a politician, the Leader of the Opposition, including some time as a housing minister, and his plan to fix housing is anything but a plan. It won't build homes fast enough, it doesn't reach enough cities, and it creates unnecessary bureaucracy. He'd also, get this, rip up the housing accelerator agreements, which are unlocking over 600,000 new homes, and he'd put the GST back on apartment construction. Housing experts like Mike Moffat say the Conservative leader's plan is exceptionally weak, and it's a sign that the Conservatives don't understand the urgency or scale of the housing crisis.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
He brags that there's a housing crisis after he's been in power for 8 long years. He quotes the same failed liberal academics that gave him the advice that helped him double the price in the first place. Our common sense plan will incentivize cities to speed up and lower the cost of building by requiring they permit 15% more homes as a condition of getting the money. The more they build, the more they get. The less they build, the less they get. We pay builders based on the number of homes they build, realtors on the number that they sell. We should pay municipalities based on the number they permit. Isn't that common sense?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, slogans and buzzwords don't get housing built. Deals, constructive deals with municipalities and provinces do. And Mr. Speaker, we see time and time again, Conservatives have nothing to propose but cuts, conditions, and fights with municipalities, fights with community organizations, crossing their arms and tossing insults at people instead of actually proposing real plans. We are busy working on delivering hundreds of thousands of new homes over the coming years. This is the work that needs to get done. The Conservative leader just needs to get out of the way.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
This just goes to show again that he is not worth the cost of housing. He says that we're going to build homes. Well, he's been Prime Minister for 8 years. And what's the result? Well, he has doubled the cost of housing. In fact, rent has tripled in Montreal in the past 8 years. What's my common sense plan? Well, I'm going to give municipalities bonuses if they build more and penalties if they build less. That's common sense. Will he finally follow our plan to cut the bureaucracy and build the homes? The Right Honourable Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, the Conservative leader, what he has to offer is cuts, austerity, and squabbles. He's picking fights with NGOs, with municipalities all over the country. We, however, want to work hand in hand with municipalities, with provinces, with NGOs. and not-for-profits to bring down rent prices, to build more housing units, and to create more opportunities for young people and families to buy their homes. We have a plan. We're delivering results. All he has to offer is cuts, fights, and austerity.